Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, word to my brethren in Texas, and word to my brethren in the UK. Now, speaking of both of those places, we're going to talk about an interesting situation because I recently saw this on Twitter. Uh, Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Sports, Eddie Hearn, great promoter. He was going back and forth with Jamel Charlo because of the simple fact that Kell Brook coming off of a win against Sergey Rabchenko, where now he's vaulted himself into the number 5 spot, I believe, of the 154-pound rankings. So there's a possibility that in the very near future, or at least this year, that Kell Brook and Jamel-Charlo could be meeting with each other, right? So, Jamel started running his mouth, and Eddie had a response to him. So we're going to get into that. Here's what Jamel said in regards to Eddie. And for those of you who want to see this in writing, I'll leave the link to the tweets down below in the description so you can go check them out there. But here's what Jamel said in regards to that. He said, I quote, Eddie might be the Don King of boxing. He might try, he might be trying to cash out on you, Kel. That's why he over there running his mouth to believe the hype. My bad, the last one made y'all think Rabchenko was 154 and 147 pounds best. Nah, player, we the best. Do you really want that smoke? So he posed the question. Jamel-Charlo posed the question, do you want that smoke? Eddie's response to that is, you versus Kell Brook and Daniel Jacobs versus your brother on the same night. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am all in favor of that. That would be like one of the cards of the year if they were to put that together. And I think if there was ever a guy who can pull off those caliber of fights being on the same exact card, it's Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn knows how to put big fights together. So yeah, I mean, obviously Kell Brook is not afraid of Jamel-Charlo. Why would he be afraid of a guy in Jamel-Charlo? When he's fought the likes of Gennady Golovkin and Errol Spence back-to-back, he's moved up in weight, he's moved down in weight. He's came to the States to box Sean Porter. Why would he be afraid of Jamel-Charlo? So obviously, Kell's not afraid of Jamel-Charlo. Obviously, Eddie is in the business of boxing to make money. So if you have that card, let's say you put that card together in, I would say, America. Let's say you make that a Barclays Center type of a fight, because Eddie Hearn is now doing fights with the Barclays Center. He has a working relationship with Brooklyn Boxing. I remember when I was in New York in November, and this is when Eddie Hearn was doing his first show in America. I didn't go to the fight, but I was in New York. I went to the weigh-in. I saw Eddie Hearn. I actually had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. He's got a fantastic relationship with a lot of the New York-based promoters, so you could throw some New York fighters on the undercard as well as below the co-main and main event. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. It really, really is outside the realm of possibility that they could put this together. Now, where things could get kind of tricky is, the Al Heyman side of things. Al Heyman could block this kind of a fight. But at the same time, Eddie Hearn has shown the willingness and the ability to work with other promoters. So I want to see this fight. I want to see, first of all, Daniel Jacobs versus Jamel-Charlo, because we need to figure out where if Jamel-Charlo is what they say he is, because from the video I saw when he was talking, when he was running his mouth about Daniel Jacobs, Jamel-Charlo, great fighter, but it was almost like watching WWE. He was going in about Daniel Jacobs. He was basically just like running his mouth, saying this, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. And when push came to shove, Jacobs pulled up on him, and his tone got a little bit more softer. You know what I'm saying? Despite the WWE type of antics and promos, I think it would really be a good fight. You have the dangerous boxer puncher style of Jamel-Charlo against the more, Jacobs can punch a little bit too, but he's a lot more finesse. He's more of a pure boxer than he is a puncher. So I think Charles actually, right, you can call him a puncher boxer rather than a boxer puncher. But regardless, it's a great fight for the middleweight division. And then aside from that, Kell Brook versus Jamel-Charlo, I think that'd be a great fight. A lot of people are writing off Kell Brook. They're saying that this guy is nothing. He's a quitter. He sucks. They're pretty much just throwing salt all over the guy's name after all these great fights he's given you. Granted, he lost 2 of those 3 big fights, but he came to the States. He beat Sean Porter. Even before that, a lot of people don't even do their due diligence on his career. He had a great fight with Carson Jones. That was an exciting fight. That's an underrated fight of his career. If you haven't seen that fight, go check that fight out. The fight to Carson Jones. But I want to see that fight because I don't really rate Jermell as highly as I do Jermall. Jermell has struggled with guys like John Jackson, and I don't know. I just feel like John Jackson fight, like I said in my other video about Jermell-Charlo versus Kell Brook. I was saying like a lot of the things John Jackson was in there doing, Kell Brook can do to a greater extent. So I want to see that fight, and I want to see if Jermell can continue his ascent as a fighter because ever since he hooked up with Derrick James, he's became a much better fighter. So. With that being said, Eddie Hearn, I genuinely hope you get it done. I think this would be a great doubleheader for boxing, great co-main and main event for boxing, and we need these kind of fights. So why not stick on the same card? It makes all the sense in the world. You have the two top level boxers in the weight classes from England squaring off against the 2 brothers. I think it makes for a great show, and you should get it done, Eddie. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Eddie Hearn tells Jermell-Charlo, he proposes to Jermell-Charlo to have a doubleheader between Daniel Jacobs and Jermell-Charlo, and then Jermell versus Kell Brook. I think it's a fantastic idea, but I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about this. Take the time to subscribe, and like I say in every single video, my name is Brendan Taylor, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.